How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. It means a lot to me. So let's get started. We've got a bit of information to go through today. Some good, some bad, some baffling, but it's going to all make sense in the end as we go and see even more great stuff happening for Xbox. And that is what we're all about on this channel, talking about amazing things happening to Xbox, talking about the difficult decisions, the difficult discussions, but also having that, back and forth with the community, within our live streams, to create that dialogue so we're all kind of one big happy community. All right, so let's start first with the Sea of Thieves, which has been topping the charts for PS5, but it doesn't seem like it's all, sunshines and roses, as those that bought the game seem to be dropping off quite rapidly. Sea of Thieves has apparently lost 58% of its player base in a single month. That is considerable. So it does seem like the whole live service, genre really isn't that appealing to the PlayStation faithful. They still do prefer their one and done sad dad walking simulators. Hey, look, I'll admit, I like my sad dad walking simulators. I'm one of those guys that actually do enjoy those cinematic story driven experiences. But I also do enjoy my live service, my multiplayer games. So I'm like an all-round gamer. I don't restrict myself to one genre only. I play MMOs after all. But hey, if we're looking at this is pretty drastic. 58% of its PS5 player base in a single month. That's oof. But hey, at the end of the day, at the very least, Microsoft did make some bank off these guys when they all bought the game. PSN players can only play, as I said there, fairly normal. People try it. It's not for them. Move on. So when you see like games on Game Pass and you've got Hellblade 2 where it's, part of the subscription, loads of people are going to jump into it because it's quote unquote free because you've already paid for your subscription. And then you see like, oh my god, they've got like this many players and then they've had this much drop. Why is that a problem? But when it comes to PlayStation, it's fairly normal. It's like, it's nothing big. It's a normal reaction. I love the goalpost movements by these people. I love it. The moment it happens to them, the mental gymnastics is unfathomable. But Dead Knight's here again, giving a nice shout out because he does keep me informed with a lot of information. So thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it all the time. Full-on development for Elder Scrolls 6. Hiring 10 more new hires joined Bethesda Game Studios. Piers Jukeblock producer. Kevin Wynick, I think I pronounced that correctly. Griffin DeClaire. William Hewitt. Jared Lewin. Rin Newdrop. Troy Irving. Emily Kase, Kai Yi, Tingwei Liu. I'm probably ruined some of these names, definitely. But apparently this is all for Elder Scrolls 6. They're hiring for it. So this is pretty awesome. Full development seems to, I guess, now be underway. At least that's what this is indicating. So good stuff. We might see it in 2045 maybe. No, I'm just kidding. They are trying to fast-track this game real quick alongside Fallout 5. So it's going to be interesting to see how they actually balance both of those developments at the same time, whether they're going to give it to other studios. And who knows, maybe they'll just give it to Obsidian, right? I mean, they did do a fantastic job with New Vegas. Sarah Bond here, some fun for the weekend. For those of you that didn't know, yesterday, Shin Megami Tensei Vengeance released on Xbox. Now, this is also available on PlayStation as well, but Microsoft has the marketing rights, so you may have not seen it. But this is available now on Xbox. Next up, we have Fable. Now, Colt Eastwood here has done a gameplay edit. Another, I can't believe this is actually in-engine moment for Xbox. Now, I do think that they should stop saying this whole in-engine stuff and just say this is captured on Xbox. That's it, right? This whole in-engine stuff starts to muddy the water, and I think they should just stop it. But here is a transcript from, an interview with one of the developers at VG247. People not believing this is real or the game will look like this is one of the best compliments, Playground Games lead lighting artist Lucas Coyle said in response to skeptical players. Of course, the gameplay has been captured without a HUD. you know, with all the life bars and everything, which caused it to blend in with the narrated CG portion of the trailer. But another post from Koa says that it was actually captured on an Xbox Series X. Other responses, blah, blah, blah. But this whole thing here was captured on an Xbox Series X. That's huge, right? This is huge. Like, this looks absolutely amazing. It doesn't look 30 FPS. Whether it's going to release on 30 FPS, I don't know. I'm hoping it comes out at 60. But this does not look 30. This looks really good in terms of just graphical fidelity and what you're getting. That's really, really impressive stuff. So, hoping Fable actually, you know, delivers on all firing cylinders, because that's going to be great. Next up, we have Lollipop Chainsaw, and this is a game that was released on the Xbox 360. I mean, based on the trailer you're seeing on screen right now, this has been, I think, remastered, because saying it's been remade is a bit of a stretch. But, you know, I guess you could potentially call it a remaster, remake. I mean, well, I guess remaster, yes, but remake. It's out September the 25th, and it's for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Switch, Steam. It's coming for the whole lot. The first trailer is what you're seeing on screen right now. And Lollipop Chainsaw RePOP will be available as a digital release on the 25th. Now, I know some of you may not like the fact that it's coming out as a digital release. It is what it is. Maybe, you know, sometime in the future they will release it as a physical, or maybe there's going to be like a limited runs games version of it. I think that's where all of this is going, if there is enough demand. But this, for the time being, seems like it's going to be a digital. This, for me, will be a day one, for sure. Now, this story I actually covered in my previous video, but I want to cover it again because I think this one is actually really big, and I don't see a lot of people talking about it. Now, Bloodborne has been one of those beloved games that a lot of people have wanted on PC. It's no surprise, but the fact that Hidetaka Miyazaki also wants it on PC and would like to do it, even though he can't say it because he'll get in trouble, and he has to say, but it's nothing I'm opposed to, is pretty big. And, you know, as he says, as the years go by, these games are becoming more and more difficult to play, as the hardware that they were built on is disappearing. So having it kind of remastered, remade, and put onto the newer generation consoles for those people, or the newer generation PCs for those people that want to continue playing this cult classic, is something that he is definitely not opposed to and would love to do. So Sony, if you're listening, just make it happen. Stop teasing people with the actual art books and guides and all of this stuff. And even in the new Astrobot update, you've put a little teaser in there for Bloodborne. I mean, all of this is indicating that there is a PC port coming. So I think it is going to happen. But, you know, the stories now are really starting to mount up. But I think they're going to do a big update, a big release, and maybe a big reveal towards the end of the year. Who knows? One last thing I want to touch on is Gamescom. Apparently, there's, you know, obviously the Summer Showcase was huge for Xbox, and, you know, the games were phenomenal. It blew us all away. But apparently there was so much that they had that they wanted to show that they just didn't have enough time to put it in there. So games like Lollipop Chainsaw, which would have been at the actual presentation, I think are now being saved for Gamescom, which in my opinion actually makes more sense because it suits that show better than the actual game show, especially for the type of game it is. But I think there's going to be a lot of good games at Gamescom as well. So we're not that far away from Gamescom, and honestly, I think it's going to be another stellar performance by Xbox, and they are going to steal the show. We've already seen people on MBG's podcast saying that they regret selling their Xbox and now they're going to have to go buy another Xbox because they don't want a PC. So, Phil, it's already working. Releasing good games, as you can see, does get people buying the console. So keep this momentum going, keep this cadence of good hype going, and people will buy the console. Right, folks, that is it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. As always, like, subscribe, hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release, and I will see you in the next one. Remain legend.